Steve here with Table Rock Tea Company. This is a short video on our current practice technique, mostly for our consortium members who are within an hour or so from Table Rock Tea Company. Your practices are going to vary from where you are. In this video I want to show you just a couple of techniques that we use and some equipment that we find helpful that you might find helpful as well. So first of all, with planting, we're going to go ahead and drill these holes. To do that, I use this auger here. It's a steel BT 130. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a steel BT 130 auger, and it's got a 5.9 inch auger head. And you'll want to get at least one extra auger head because it'll chew through them over a season. It's only about 6 inches, that's all you want. We drilled down with this machine only about a foot to 18 inches. And you're going to want to backfill that so it's just taking up the size of the pot. If you come over here or look down the rows, our spacing between rows is 5 feet. So the spacing between rows is 5 feet and the spacing between plants is 2 feet. Now for the 5-foot spacing, we found it easy to just make a stick. We just used PVC, and you can see we just lay it down, strike a line one way, strike a line the other way as we plant the rows. That kind of keeps it 5 feet apart. We do that because we are uniquely American tea. One of the things that makes us unique is that our rows are a little wider because we are. So anyway, that's how we do our spacing. As far as the planting goes, I'll show you how that's done. But if you come on in here, I want to show you the plants. Consortium members, you're going to have plants that are already a year or two old, and we've already cut them in half so that they start branching out. I don't know if you can see this here, but these are already just starting to put out little extra shoots. They wouldn't have done that if we didn't cut them in the greenhouse. Now we give our consortium members the best plants possible. We tend to take the ones that are struggling more so that you have the best chance of success. Your success is our success. Now when you get your plants, if you put them out in mid-March, which is what we're doing here, this is a perfect day. It's overcast, it's a little bit cool, and it's about to rain in the week. That's a perfect time to do it. So what we do is we soak our pots before we plant them, and then we'll put them in the ground, cover them, and we'll mulch them. But what I wanted you to see is this frost damage here. We've had a couple of days of frost after these put forth new buds, and you can see those damaged leaves. Sorry for that car. Don't worry about that. The tea will bounce back. That's not a big deal. So consortium members, if you see that happening here in the upstate, don't worry about it. Your plants are going to do fine. So you take the plant, just flip it over, nothing special. Put it in that hole, and then cover it with the dirt. If you notice, I left a ring here. That's going to serve as a moat. We plant on the slopes along the contours of the slope, okay? So that way it keeps from eroding, but again, if you leave this little moat before you mulch, that's going to capture more of the rainwater as it comes, give your plant a better chance. After that, we mulch it. You can see the difference here. We use a pretty thick layer of mulch. We always say mulch like you mean it. Our plan is to only mulch and leave it there for the first 3 years. We don't really plan on coming out here and remulching again. Now, once you've done that and it's mulched, we go ahead and use a pretty simple fertilizer. I don't know if you can see this on the bag here, but this is what we use. It's just an 8-10-10, but it's specifically for tree, shrubs, and ornamentals, and it's got the micronutrients as well. You can find this really cheap at Lowe's, and be careful of the dosing. You can overdose the plants. We've done that plenty. So what we do now, our current practice, is essentially take a handful and just broadcast spread it along that mulch line over about 3 or 4 plants. So just one little handful, broadcast, and move on. Now to do that, we found that this works pretty well. This is just a mail carrier bag. So any of you guys who had paper routes, you'll be very familiar with this. You can get them online for about 30-40 bucks, something like that. We fill both sides with an even amount of fertilizer, walk in the middle of 2 rows, and just kind of scatter like that. It makes it pretty quick, and it's better than, I think, a push spreader that will scatter it inside the row where you don't really need it, where it's not being useful. As far as equipment, again, Consortium members, we got a good deal for you guys. We recommend going to Marietta Lawn and Garden here in the upstate. Go ahead and talk to Stephanie and tell her that you're a Consortium member. She'll have a list, and she'll give you a discount, especially on this BT130 machine. So that's pretty much it. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned to see what else is brewing here at Table Rock Tea Company.